Bonjour, my name is Steve Langlois. Thank you for joining me. I'm here to talk about the DELF KIT PLUS resource. Now, whether it is split grades or tough classes or even my most miraculously wonderful classes, this resource has been my go-to now for many years. Good for any French grader level. Let me give you all the reasons why I love this resource, but also let me pick one of these aspects and let's do a walkthrough, and I want you to see this resource in action. So I'm going to be selfish here and tell you honestly, the first reason I'm going to give you is that there is no more prep. Finally, I have more me time for me and my family. Why? Well, first of all, the long range plans or scope and sequence that comes with the DELF KIT Plus resource is like a GPS for me. It lays absolutely everything out. Plus, each one of these interactive readers comes packed with all the lesson plans and all the activities that we need as we go along our journey down the road to French proficiency. It's all in there. I'm talking like the stories, the songs, the skits, the videos, the activities, the final projects. Everything is laid out right in these interactive, comprehensive readers. The onus of the teaching is right here, and it's not right here. It's not on me anymore. Now I'm actually going on the journey with my students so that I can sit back, I can evaluate, I can help, I can be there, but I'm with my students, not being the one doing all the work. Now, the second reason is curriculum, and I'm going to break this into three for you because the first thing I think of when I think of curriculum is differentiation, because often I have to teach split classes. In fact, multiple times I've had to teach 3 split classes in one. But it doesn't matter because if we were honest here, we think about it, even when you teach one level, even within one grade level, whether it's a grade 7 or a 9 class, you could have abilities of students that range 2, 3, sometimes even more grade levels right in the same class. So you can understand why I need to use a resource that can be customized for the needs of each of my students. The second thing I think of with curriculum is the scope and sequence, those long-range plans. And the DELF KIT Plus resource comes with an amazing set of long-range plans that are, like I said, my GPS for each level learning journey my students will take, whether it's A1, A2, B1, B2. It's filled with instant hyperlinks that go directly to the lessons, the videos, the assessments on the online platform. When I just simply log in and I hit up one of these life aspects, I can go directly to the curriculum guides. I mean, here's one for Ontario Elementary, for example. You've got all the codes for easy daybook transfer. And if that wasn't enough, right here in the actual readers, you actually see the labeled learning strategies, embedded SEL principles that each step covers. I've often got compliments from my administration because I'm always following 100% of my curriculum. And because my school district offers it, I'm literally preparing them for their DELF tests every day that they're with me. My third reason for loving this is assessment and evaluation. Measurable and sustainable growth of my students' learning with complete fingertip access to assessment and evaluation tools is ridiculous. We've got rubrics, grids, I-CAN statements, and a number of self-evaluation tools so that my students can self-evaluate and track their own learning. Reason number 4, cost. French budgets are tight. It's nice to have one complete resource with interactive readers, hundreds of videos, activities, songs, support material, all in one place for the fraction of the cost of traditional textbook-based programs. Reason number 5 is the 24/7 support. Community. I always love that I can instantly connect with other DELF KIT users from around the world right on this same platform. Or I can go externally onto the DELF KIT Facebook group, should I ever want to bounce ideas around with my fellow French teachers. But the biggest reason of why I love the DELF KIT Plus resource is because it keeps things real. It's made up of 9 real-life aspects and have so many choices at instant access. Besides the cool fact that DJ Delf is a real actual artist that my students can interact with online or see live in concert, these life aspects and tools are just as real. It's not rocket science. Learning is so easy and natural for my students when they're doing real life things like navigating streets or traveling the world or eating at a restaurant, navigating essays or debates, practicing positivity, going shopping, talking about themselves, or talking about their daily lives and routines, or meeting new people. Here, let's pick one of these, and let me show you how easy this is and why my students from grades 4 to 12 that I've taught over my career love this resource so much. Well, which one do you want to look at? Because it really doesn't matter which one we pick, because they're all packaged and ready and easy to use immediately with your students. So we could pick any one. Let's just pick Je me présente, for example. Okay, Je me présente. Okay, let's go to that one. So let's open the cover. And the first thing we see is the road to proficiency. And look, there's DJ DELF. There's the teacher. There's us here and the students. And we're all on this journey together. This resource teaches for me. Okay, I can just hand them the readers and then I can go grab a coffee. See you, kids. No, of course not, but you get the idea. Page 1, my instant link to the entire online drag, drop, and share platform. All the maps, registration forms, menus, order forms, all the assessment resources, curriculum guides, they're all found on one platform. One swipe and I'm right there. I just log in and I'm on the platform and I click on my products to head over to the life aspect that we're working on, and everything is right there. Page 2. If you're going on a journey down the road to proficiency, you'll need a destination, right? Well, the reader starts off encouraging me and my students to pick an end project. Look, it gives me 5 incredible suggestions. And right here on the platform, there are more with all the learning goals and success criteria already done for me. If I teach split classes, then I can have each class pick a different destination or end project, but we can all take the same journey. If I follow the GPS and return to this reader next school year, my students can pick an entirely different project when we pick up where we left off and go deeper into the reader and all its authentic activities. I love this.
Oui, j'aime le hockey et le football. Et toi?
Page 3, transparency, baby. All the objectives are there for me to transfer right into my daybook and share with my students. Plus, a reminder of all the learning strategies and SEL principles that are packed into the activities to come are right there. You see the little flags? You'll find those throughout all the activities. Pages 4 to 6, step 1 of the grade 8 strategies is found right here in the book, not just on the online platform. But before we even read the story of the book, my students and I just follow along with what the book tells us to do. I love how this preps the students for the high frequency vocabulary to come and lets me see where they're at before we even start the journey. Page 7, look, a quick QR code for me and my students. They can activate that to have DJ DELF read along with them, and they can also watch the official music video for this book. Nice. Pages 8 to 67. Here is the actual Je me présente story. This is where DJ DELF will introduce my students and I to 4 of his friends. We flip through the pages and we see high energy, catchy graphics mixed with real life photography, with nothing that'll ever appear dated or passé to my students, and I like that because I teach teens and they're hard to please. These pages are so full of imagery that I could stop on any page and do a 20-minute lesson. I know that because I've done this several times before, where we'll stop at a page, we'll look at the imagery, we'll talk about the colors, the objects, what's going on in the story. I'll ask questions about these things that we're looking at related to their lives and have them predict what they think is going to happen in the next pages. There's so many things to do. A super cool thing to do with this story is that with 4 new people that we're meeting, that means that I can return to this book school year after school year and have my students do different projects or end destinations, as it were, each time. The first year, for example, I can concentrate just on the character Jean Bernier, and we could do activities maybe 1 to 6. Stop there and have my students do an end project, like maybe a passport page. The following year, we can review Jean Bernier and we can meet Chantal and Dan and do activities 1 to 12 and have my students do a new end project or reach a new destination. The third year, we can grab the same interactive readers again and meet the final person, Jenny, and do activities 1 to 16 and do a big final project. That means if I'm teaching grades 4 to 6 this year, I can be doing Je me présente with all my grades. using the same resource, just with different end destinations and with different expectations. That makes my life so much easier as a teacher. Now let's take a look at these activities. I love how they're all laid out for me. If I'm away, for example, my students can keep on going no matter who's filling in for me that day, because this reader is actually my supply teacher. No need for extra lessons on the side for days when I'm sick or away. Page 68, Activity 1, follows up from that introduction that we started before we read. Nice. Page 68 to 72, Activities 2, 3, and 4. Authentic forms, I like that. Students use registration forms and a questionnaire to tier the information about these characters and build character profiles, and then start doing the same for themselves and then for a partner. Repetition using authentic tools, I love that. Oh, and these tools are also found on the drag, drop, and share platform, the same ones you see here in the book. Students see modeled examples also of how each task is done, and all the learning strategies and the SEL principles, you see the flags, they're labeled here each and every time. Let's look at some more activities. I love this one here, where they practice text messaging with codes. OMG, LOL, that's as cool AF as French can be. Yeah, and my favorite part of these readers, every single one of these DJ DELF and Etienne readers has skits in them with interchangeable vocabulary. I can have my book, you could have yours, and we can practice authentic conversations of each life aspect and change out the key high frequency vocabulary to make new scenarios each time we practice a skit. Now, can it get any better than this? Maybe. Look at here on page 77. The skits that the students will be practicing are done for them on animated videos, so my students can watch. And even better, they can participate. So there is this one here, which is a whole version. So they watch the whole skit. Then the second one here is where the male is muted and my students can practice speaking to the French female character. This third version is where the female is muted and they can practice speaking to the male French character. Finally, the fourth one is the blank bubble version where two students can practice ad-libbing scenes. And all this is accessible to your students by QR code, one swipe. Ridiculous. And the videos are found right on the platform as well for quick access. Then here on page 78, it guides students on how to make their own skits. So remember, I can stop at any point in this reader. I can have my students stop and do their final end project, that destination. They put their readers away, and then I can bring them out later in the year to continue on the journey, or next school year as we move on to other amazing activities and do new end projects. Let's look at more of these activities. Page 79. Students get deep into inquiry with practicing their question words. Can students ever practice question words too much? That was a rhetorical question. Of course they need to practice those question words. Page 80. This one gets them drawing to show knowledge. And look, it shows the examples here. I love that. At page 81 and 82 gets the students out of their seats, asking questions and learning about their classmates. Page 83 right here in their interactive readers has my students doing research on a famous person, and it shows you the tool. It gives an example. Page 84 reminds me that the platform is filled with other videos, rafts, activities, and games like word searches and even bingo. Page 85 gets my students playing I Spy with the books pages, which is just one of the extra reading, learning, SEL, and game strategies found in your free included copy of the Interactive Comprehensive Readers Playbook. That's right, this one right here, and I'm going to give you a link so that you can get a free digital version of this entire book filled with all these strategies. So your students will keep bouncing back and forth into the book, doing some kind of strategy, then getting back into the book, doing another one and a different one, and you can actually reread the story 15 different ways. All the strategies are laid right out in here for you. This playbook is actually the Bible that I use when I work as an instructional coach, going to all the high schools and working with all the teachers that I work with. Page 86 reminds us to activate those DJ DELF daily videos. Over 300 videos to start off each class with fun, effective reading, listening, writing, and speaking. Page 87 reminds us that DJ DELF is actually real and we can interact with him online or in concert. Page 88 and 89 shows the grid for each one of these DJ DELF and the support of Etienne readers. Now, don't forget they all come, each one of them, with their own online platform with all the tools you need one click away. Right, so each one of these life aspects is packed with authentic activities related to navigating streets, eating at a restaurant, traveling the world, discussing daily routines, etc., etc. And of course, the last page reminds you that you are not alone. I am here for you. That's right, me and all the literally thousands of teachers that use this from around the world. Right on the platforms, you can use the comments section or again, head over to the Facebook group and start a conversation. So as a final word, the reason that I love the DJ DELF Kit Plus resource is really starts with these interactive readers because they serve as a springboard for not just reading, but literally writing, listening, and speaking all the time in my French class. I'm going to tell you, I do not miss the days when I used to stay up at night until 2 a.m. marking needlessly and working on creating new and innovative lesson plans for the very, very next day. Nor do I miss spending all the time searching all over the internet for little lessons that were going to match up with my curriculum. I like that I now have spare time for myself to actually make videos like these and to talk with you guys, and also to spend more time with my friends and my family because everything is done in these little readers. All the journey is laid out for me, from the GPS, the long-term goals, the long-range goals, to the actual road to proficiency for each one of these life aspects. And the fact that the readers are doing the teaching means I can step back. I can go on the journey with my students. I can be like a drone over the classroom and support my students when needed and evaluate along the way in real time, not hours later after school. But don't just take my words for it. Teachers, consultants, faculty of ed professors, they're all raving about these readers and of course about the entire DJ DELF Kit Plus resource. Now I want you to click the links provided with this video, okay? The one is going to give you a free copy of those long range plans. You're going to get the entire GPS document with all the hyperlinks that instantly go to a bajillion different resources, literally a career's worth of goodies there. And also you're going to click the other link and I want to get you a digital copy of the interactive comprehensive readers playbook. And all you have to do is play a quick game of 10 truths and a lie, which is really a great strategy to use with your students. So you fill that out, do that, and it can get you your digital copy. So let's stay connected. Hit me up on social media at rockyourclass on literally any platform as you see here, or you can email me at info@educarock.com. If you have any questions or if you want to learn more, I'm here. So thank you very much. And remember, keep doing what you do to rock your class.